No, I can't.
How you gonna respond to that if you couldn't hear us?
Well, I heard that part. I didn't hear what she said before. Obviously.
Okay.
That was not obvious.
Same age as Olivia. And I
Ask your
do.
question. Yeah, you're the same chronological age, but mentally, dude, you guys aren't even in the same league. Just ask your question. I was sleeping in my car 3 years ago. If you think you're doing something
What?
big, now
Okay,
you
like,
took
I'm
7
not
years
sure
to
why
get
you
to
thought that
6
was like a
million.
home
You
run
took
bet.
7 years to get to 6 million. Watch this.
In
I'm
this
gonna
bitch.
smoke you in 6 months.
Nah.
Who?
Are you pregnant?
Am I pregnant? Why would you ask me, am I pregnant?
Because it looks like were you pregnant? I'm not even trying to be funny.
Hey guys, it's me again. Welcome back to my channel. I will say it's been a while, but I'm so glad you decided to step on here and watch my video, and I hope you enjoy. Now, I will say this video is a little bit different from my usual videos. It's not really a gaming video or a reactive video. It's more of me talking about these, I would say, TikTok stars and what they are as a person, pretty much. Obviously, I don't want to say it's exposing, but it is calling them out, I would say, but more on bringing light to the situation rather than just looking at it and being like, hee hee, ta ha ha. No, it's kind of serious because it is messing with people's mental health and relationship issues and trust issues just entirely. And before I even start, I want to say, like, my brother, Junior, I know you're probably watching this like, I warned you not to make this video. You're right, I know. I will say this, like, making this video is kind of risky because it is bringing my opinion out on the world, but it's also more of a positive thing because I know I might get some negativity out of this, but also, when you're watching my Minecraft Let's Play, don't say nothing. I don't play Bed Wars or any type of like war games in Minecraft. I just put that shit on peaceful. Sometimes I put on survival and I play it by myself. I don't do a lot of survival on Minecraft. I usually play it in a more peaceful way. So when you see me die, which you will a lot, I don't want to hear in the comments, you're trash. I know. Just watch the video. A lot of negatives these people have done, like, if you somehow agree with Shanti Adams with everything, I'm here to tell you right now, you need to call any mental health institution and talk to them about your problems because you need help. Sir or ma'am, they or them, whoever you are, get that help right now. From the title of this video, if you don't know who I'm talking about, from the TikTok polyamorous, don't know how to say it properly, the TikTok polyamorous relationship stars, they are pretty much these TikTok stars who, mainly Shanti Adams, is a success coach. And the other names are Olivia Appletree, Olivia Appleberry, and Shanice Roshi. I didn't mean to refer to Olivia, sorry. But these three were in a polyamorous relationship. One of them being Shanice left the relationship recently, and I will get into it in one of my videos because I want this to be a part 3 series because I want to talk about them individually because I feel like they need both. They all need their own descriptions about them and their story because, like, I'm trying to call it out, you know what I mean? We are going to start off by talking about the ringleader, I would say, of this, Shanti Adams. Now, for a little backstory, Shanti Adams, before he was a success coach, lived in St. Louis, Missouri with his 7 siblings. He had also served the military, and fun fact, he served the military the same time as Adam Driver. If you don't know who Adam Driver is, if you saw this video on TikTok, Instagram, whatever, of the KKK blacksman, of the scene, or the black KKK men, whatever, I can't say it right, I watched the movie already, so don't judge me. The black guy is driving away from the car, and then Adam Driver's like, you two-timing, backstabbing, like, he's just, any slur he can go forward with, he's just calling him that. That's the most well-known scene you've probably seen. I'm not going to show it because YouTube guidelines. He's a army boy. He is also, and pretty much his main, like, goal out of all of this, being an influencer, I would say, is he's trying to be the #1 success coach in the world, which, in my opinion, I don't want to say nothing yet about success coaches, but I will say a good amount of them are scammers, including Sean, but I will not say nothing yet. For y'all who don't know what Success Coach is, from the name itself, it pretty much explains everything. What skill you have or what persona or whatever you are, they help you build that and try to succeed more in that. And by doing that, they coach you, like, for example, give you advice or give you just ideas or helping you out in your business or whatever. That's what they're paid for. That's what they're made to do. And that's what he is. He's just your hype beast. And there's nothing wrong with that, but there is a problem when your business just looks flawed. You know what I mean? I bet you're wondering, Victoria, why are you talking about him? He's a success coach. His goal is to make you good, make you succeed. Everything about him is supposed to make you, I don't know, be better. Why is he bad? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad you asked, because Sean is a absolute narcissist. I know that may be a very bold thing to say, but literally, like, they put their lives on Instagram Live a lot, as well as Instagram and everything. And they go on there for hours asking questions and everything. And his persona as a person is very narcissistic. He's, I'm up here, you're down here, stay down there type energy all the time. Even though ironically he's a success coach, he wants you to be better, but there's no way when his character is like this. One of the little things that he has done to Shanice and Olivia is that they don't really have the free will to go anywhere when they're always on the live. And it may not seem like a big deal, but there are so many clips of them of when Olivia is like, oh, I'm gonna go use the bathroom, but she whispers it in Sean's ears, and he just, like, some of them have, like, he has a negative reaction of it. I can't really explain what it is, but he's, like, telling them, like, disciplining them on that.
Not exactly safe. And also, like, it's a lot of soul attachments. Like, nobody wants to do that. I didn't want to do that. He didn't want to do that. We needed a solution. So instead of that, we planned on bringing people into our relationship.
Oh, let's bring Goddess Love.
People have said that whenever Sean, he showed his closet many times, but whenever people ask, oh, let's see Olivia's, let's see Shanice's closet, he gets really pissed and he's like, why you guys want to see your closet? It's a girl's closet. Even though Olivia and Shanice both have never said, like, I don't want people to see my closet. Personally, it's just Sean taking control and just being like, no, I will not show you their closet. You're not allowed to see their closet.
Everybody's asking for a girl's closet tour.
All right, well, I'm not, listen, man, we're not here to appease you guys. Like, that's just not what we're here to, like, do.
Okay, I mean, you say you're not here for that, but you bring up guests to ask questions. So it's just a yes or no.
Do you have
if it's a no, then it's a no.
You guys see them fly every day and then gonna ask about their closet.
You said what?
You guys see them here fly every day, looking beautiful every day. And then
yeah, that's why we want to see their closet.
All right, so I guess then, where do they get their clothes from?
Maybe they don't even have a freaking closet. Allegedly. I'm gonna say a lot allegedly because I ain't trying to start, like, rumors or confirmation. This is just things I've seen from the lives. There's been moments whenever Olivia's trying to go to the bathroom, someone's going to the bathroom, he would take their phones from them, not allowing them to put their phone down and go by themselves. He will be the one to take the phone from them because he doesn't want them to be on their phone. He doesn't want them to be quote-unquote distracted. But in a way, that is so controlling. Like, why wouldn't you let that grown woman, you call them grown, you call them queens, why wouldn't you let them get up themselves and do it themselves? You have to take the control in that. And that's just the little things that, you know, you can, like, pay attention with. Like, it's not normal. If you're a man doing that, that is not normal. Sean also doesn't believe in mental health, which I think that's very toxic because Shanice has brought up that she does have anxiety or some mental problems. Also, Shanice, queen, she has served the army. We love an army girl. Sean, boo-boo, like, be so for real, okay? Also, one thing about Sean is that he says he likes his queens young. And also, he rather have a version rather than a non-version because I'm just going to play the clip of the reasoning why real quick.
Answering the question of why you prefer a virgin, because...
Okay, because there's no she has yet to be disappointed, so that she has a more positive outlook. And to be honest, I think we live in a society that does not view sex as very powerful. I think we live in a society that we just think that it's cool to just sleep around, and if that's what people want to do, they can do that. That's not what I want. I see deep spiritual divine connections, and when people have a lot of experiences in life and they've had their heart broken a lot, sometimes it can cause trust issues, sometimes it can cause a negative outlook on life, sometimes it can cause people to be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I do not want to do that. I want to minimize that. Obviously nobody's going to.
I just want to say, your reaction may be different from others. Some may agree, some may not. I know Sean's trying to look at this in more of a like business way or straightforward way, like, oh, if she's not a virgin, then she probably has like more negative experiences than positive, so she ain't gonna be with it. I have to disagree. I feel like even though you may have negative experiences, you can grow from that easily. You can find better and be better from the experiences you dealt with. Yes, it may be traumatic and tough, but understanding that someone can change from where they were from the beginning to now is like completely understandable and possible. And for him to be like, nah, I just want that innocent view of life, someone who hasn't even started yet, so I can give them the best experience. No, that's not true. You want someone dumb. You want someone that doesn't have much intellectual like information like you. You want someone that's young, innocent, sweet, virgin, aka Olivia, someone who has to rely on you for information and everything because you have the most experience. And I find it so funny because it's like, you're not a virgin, Sean. You have more experience than Olivia. Way more when it comes to life. You were fucking married, dude. And for you to be like, but I want someone young. Why can't they get the experience? Why do you have to give them the experience that you want to give them? And I know you may say it's positive, but throughout your whole life, it wasn't really positive. Right now, is it really positive? Anyways, I just want to say that because in the video, I didn't properly explain my reasoning on that because even though it to me is negative, it might sound positive to y'all. So just to let you know, that's my opinion. Now, some may say that as honestly just his preference, but I see that as more manipulative because usually virgins are, young. Like, okay, not to get really descriptive on it, but guys, hear me out on this. Nowadays, our society is more open to sexualizing and everything. It can be very negative, but also very positive because it's also saying you have a free body, which is great. But usually when people are looking for virgins, like for Sean, it's usually just young, like there's not really a 30-year-old virgin that someone's looking out there for. Usually, those people are just trying to find that one man to be with, and that's perfectly okay. If you want to stay a virgin, go ahead. You know what I mean? That's the power of our bodies. Like, you have the choice to do that. We should have the choice and free will to do that. But for Sean, he wants someone who has a fresh mind to start off with so he can be the one educating them, which is completely disgusting and manipulative as freak. People may ask, well, Victoria, I don't believe you. Okay, listen to me when I say this. Olivia met Sean when she was 17. And people are going to say, no, that's not true. It was 17 going 18. Now, take it as you will. Me, personally, I think that's freaking disgusting. I don't care. I believe they're 9 years apart. So right now, Olivia is 20, but Sean is 30. So it's 9.5, I would say, when it comes to the years. Still, the mind fully develops at the age of 25. Sean damn well knows what he's doing. He met Olivia when he was like 28, 27, I don't know. Like, they've known each other for 3 years now, pretty much. About to be 3 years. And for me, take it as you will, the nigga groomed her, bro. You cannot tell me that dude had to put some seasoning into the things he was saying to make sure that that girl is by his side 24/7. And it's sad to see it because you can tell that she's already brainwashed and there's no turning back. Sean has so much control in the relationship, and it makes me cringe because he was the one that picked Olivia and he's the one that said Olivia's going to stay. And one of the things that's always brought up is, how come Shanice cannot pick a person in the relationship as well? Because if you don't know, Shanice is actually bisexual. So Olivia's not even like bisexual like that. And honestly, I bet that she's not even in her preference because how young she is. Like that to her is probably really gross too. But Olivia being straight makes the question happen, like makes the question asked, because people have always said like, Sean, why can't Olivia get a girl too? Why can't she get some? Because honestly, it's kind of unfair that you're just taking the control out of it. And he has said like, Shanice is in a relationship with me, he's not in a relationship with the other girls. So he's just proving that like, hey, I'm the leader here, all these are my girls, y'all can't be with each other, y'all are just with me. And it's so messed up because now you're just limiting her with like not only sexual experience but just love entirely. Like, why can't she be loved by more than just you? You could be loved by 7 girls. You want that. You said it's not hypothetically, it's gonna happen. You're gonna be with 7 girls. Okay, why can't she just have 1 girl? You know what I'm saying? And she has said that she wouldn't mind that. Like, she wouldn't mind being with a girl and with him, because that's to me, that is also kind of the point of a polyamorous relationship. Everybody touching everybody. Like, I ain't trying to make it sound weird, but that's literally it, and that's okay because that's what they're comfortable with. Let them be. But of course, Sean gotta make it look stupid because he's stupid. I think one of the sad things about the Shanice being bisexual or not getting a chance to have a bisexual woman put into a relationship is that you can tell that she was brainwashed to believe like, hey, it ain't about you, it's about my business, my life, my choices, because I can pick any girl I want and you're gonna have to deal with it. And she honestly accepted that only because she loves Sean. She cared for Sean. She wanted to be with Sean. And she even has said that she's confused why Sean didn't pick a bisexual woman. And her argument to that is that it's more focusing on the business to grow rather than our sexual pleasure. But I have to disagree with that. And obviously, I know she disagrees with that now too because she woke and she out of that relationship. But I will say this, it's not only about sexual pleasure. Obviously, yeah, if you get a bisexual girl, it's a win-win for everyone, obviously. But at the same time, it should be more of everyone gets a piece of the pie, and it's fair like that. Because in a polyamorous relationship, I don't think that's a polyamorous relationship really, because she's not really loving Olivia as she's more of like a sister wives. I don't like that in an extent because when it comes to attention, communication, love, everything, like there's going to be so much flaws in that and so much drama into that. And for him to manipulate her mind saying like, hey, it's not really about the love, it's about the business, even though he's getting the kick out of it. He's the one winning here. He got the 2 girls next to him and they can only give love to him. They can't give love to one another because of their preferences. And that's honestly disgusting to me, because Shanice got this girl who's 10 years younger than her competing with her man. Like, that's really how it is for real. Going back to Sean, because I was in a little rant with Shanice. When we get into the part 3, I'm going to go off with Shanice. Olivia is, it sounds messed up, but she is my least favorite. Yes, she's manipulated and she is in she's just groomed, period. She's groomed. I will say her family and like everyone around her tried to help her out of the relationship, but she is just so glued to this man, bro. And of course, back to Sean. Before he even had this relationship, this polyamorous relationship, he had this one girl that he was dating for about 6 months, I would say. Her name is Tashia Renee. I can't say it right, or it's either Tasia Renee or Tashia Renee. So let that be what it be, okay? Sorry, y'all. But on a real note, these people were in a relationship, but the thing is, it was obviously toxic. In a lot of the lives, Miss Renee would talk about how abusive and rude Sean would be.
I was crying.
Yes, and especially with the part, if my cousins know, they heard this story time from me myself, but especially with the part when you were saying that he purposely got you pregnant. I've been through that. I've literally experienced that firsthand, and that's not something that's fun or to joke around about. And the fact that you started, getting emotional about that, I was getting emotional about that too, because I've experienced it.
And the fact that the nigga couldn't even make time to come with me. No, he knew what he was doing. Because the crazy part is So he didn't come with me when I wanted to go because I wanted to get it over as soon as possible.
Right.
And he didn't tell me why at the time, but again, it was because he had a haircut.
I remember you saying that. Yes, ma'am.
So like, and then my ex-boyfriend and me and him been cool for like 12 years. Like, so he was like, this is how you gonna find out if he like his real emotions about the whole situation.
Right.
Tell him you didn't get the abortion. So I told him I didn't get it, and I sent him like a picture of the ultrasound, and I'm like, I just couldn't do it. Da da da. You know, hate me if you want to. Oh well, so bad, so sad. I did it.
Girl,
you know what I'm saying?
Kudos to you. Kudos to you, actually.
And I got it in San Diego, and I live like an hour, 45 minutes to an hour from San Diego. I drove back. This dude would not stop. Like, I couldn't even listen to a whole song without him calling me. He leaving voicemails like, you're trying to ruin me. Why would you do this? Da, 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 da. Like, really mad at me when you should have been there because you had to get a haircut, right?
Right.
And one of the things he had done was that he unconsensually got her pregnant, and of course she did get an abortion. But the thing is when she did it, she wanted him to be his comfort. Like, hey, Sean, can you come over? Because this is a hard thing for me. Can you at least be there? This nigga's excuse was, I can't go right now. I gotta get a haircut. Now, all you men out there, if your haircut's more important than your girl's most vulnerable time, especially you did that on her, you did that to her, I think it's best to cancel everything in that day and to go at least comfort her in that moment in time. I don't care how selfish or rude that sounds. It's the human decency that you can at least do. But of course, Sean didn't do that because he's all about himself. He cares about himself. He cares about his haircut more than his girl's getting an abortion. And that's a really tough topic to talk about, and for her to go out there and bring it up is really powerful, because a lot of people won't do that. They'll keep that closed-minded. Before she told Sean that she got an abortion, I don't want to call it prank, but she just pulled this little scheme on him. Now, take it as you will. It does sound bad, which I think, like, for her to do that, it was a little inappropriate, but still, it kind of does show what kind of person he was. Now, she told him that I'm going to keep it. And this was when she was, like, driving to an area. And as she was driving, he kept on calling her, talking about why you gonna keep it? Because she was a truck driver. You're a truck driver. Are you gonna take care of the kids? Just pretty much just bashing her. And never in that slightest moment he's gonna say, how are we gonna take care of it? It's only about you, I, like separating the two from the two, even though he can't just realize and wake up and say, hey, I'm sorry for what I did. Let's do this together. No, of course, he ain't gonna allow that, because it's freaking Sean. He wants to only succeed for himself. I know in this thing I should have talked about, like, I should have done little parts. Like, hey, we're going to talk about this and this and this. I'm kind of going all around about this, but it's just pretty much how I see it. It's kind of a mess, so I want to represent it like that. That's the excuse. I'm just being lazy. But I'm really just giving you bullet points of who Sean is as a person, and I kind of want to focus more on his personal life rather than his business life. I'm gonna get to it right now, but I will say, when watching the lives, you can tell that Shanice's body language towards Sean was declining. She doesn't really see him as a respectable king. She doesn't stand by him as she usually would. Like, her eyes, her body language is just despair, really. And it's so sad, because you can compare from Olivia next to her. Like, she's just perky and happy and just glad to be here. And it's so messed up, because you know that it's because Olivia's winning. She's the younger girl. She's new. She's fresh. And Sean always wanted that. Now he got this girl on the side right here. And the thing is, Shanice and Sean were in a relationship. It was just the two of them. They were both military people, so they had that relation towards each other. So that's why he liked her. But when Shanice was out there working in the military, that's when he brought Olivia to the house so they can, get buddy-buddy. So at first, it was just friends. But obviously, you're bringing a girl to the house without your other girl's permission. It's more than just friends. And now you reach to a point where I actually like her, Shanice. So she's also staying, and she's going to be my girlfriend, and you're going to have to deal with it. There is no damn way she agreed to it. She has always said, like, oh, they were prepared to be in a polyamorous relationship. That is not true. No one can say it like that in such a passionate way. Girl, what happened was you left to serve the military. You still loved your man. You found out your man was cheating and had the choice to leave him or stay by his side because you already developed a quote-unquote strong relationship. So now you're at a point where you can't really leave, you know, because you care about him so much. And it's sad because Shanice has a heart. Sean doesn't. He doesn't give a damn about anybody but himself. And he will make sure to show that by the little things he does. And you got to take it or leave it. Will say, obviously, like, I'm talking about Shanice a little bit too much about this, even though I'm going to have a whole part about her. But I will say, Shanice had said in one of her video, because yes, she did make a video kind of exposing him. You guys should check it out before I even talk about it. It's called, I think, A Letter to My Love. Please watch it. It's really powerful. She said, do you want to be right? Or do you want to be in a relationship? Something like that. Like it's like pretty much saying, do you want to speak up or shut up? And Sean has probably said that to her so many times because he knows that he has done something wrong, but he would rather blame it on you because he's the power in the relationship. He's the leader. He's the captain. And it's sad because they don't get a right to speak. You know, they don't get a right to do what they want. It's his rules, his way, my way or the highway. And that's not how relationships should ever be. It should be, to me, it should always be equal. People always said it's never going to be 50-50. Yes, it is. Our relationship is I help you, you help me because I love you. Period. There's going to be moments where, you know, it's going to be 75-30, but that's when you're going to help him become that next 50%. Because relationships should always be even Steven. Because when you have someone who has more power than the other, then the dynamics start to change. All these problems start to happen, and then the relationship starts to have a big decline. I never really see a relationship that always had I'm better, you're worse succeed. It's not allowed in like the universe of relationships, dude. It's crazy to me because there's always been times where they will be talking about their lives. Their main life is pretty much ask them anything because, you know, I'm a success coach. I probably know everything and anything. But usually people rather ask about their relationship. And one of the things people ask is like, I would say bring up is that there would be people that are young like Olivia and be like, I'm your age, why are you in this relationship? And usually Sean's like argument is that, oh well, yeah, you guys are the same age, but her mindset is way more grown. No, babes, it's not. She can be more educated, she can be more like informed about everything, but she's still not her brain is still not fully developed. Like, literally, that's not how it freaking works. And you always said that she's more mature, she's just better. Like, that is grooming, bro. That's what all these groomers say. You're more mature than these 15-year-olds and this and that. Still young. She still needs to experience life properly rather than being stick to one man, calling him my king, my king. That is just wrong, bro. And he's getting up on here being all disrespectful, talking about her brain and her mental state is way more mature than you. How would you know, bro? How would you know? Like, what about her is more mature than a normal 20-year-old? That is weird to me. Now, having an age gap, there's no real problem to it. Like, be who you are. Like, if you want to date an old man, go ahead and date an old man. But you have to remember that, like, when there's moments where they try to take power and stuff, you need to have that wake-up call. It's not that easy, but that's why it's so risky. If you're going to date someone who is, you know, older than you, they're going to still try to bring that up in certain situations, which is not great. If they do that, that is kind of gross. Like, come on now. Always date someone older, but when you just got out of high school, that is a complete different scenario than, you know, getting out of college, you know what I mean, and dating someone older, you know? So for me, it really matters on what is your position in life and how old are you to date such an older guy, you know? Like, what's your position? What's the scenario? What's going on? Because let's face it, Olivia's background, she didn't have a terrible life. It was pretty, I don't want to say decent, but it was a good family, okay? But, you know, she was at a point where her parents kind of let her do whatever she wants. So she chose to be in this relationship. Now she going through this toxic like lifestyle, all because she met Sean. Now, when I say Sean is a narcissist, I mean it with a passion. And one of the most, like, I would say popular videos that have been garnering around TikTok is when someone on the live had asked Shanice, like, who is like true king? Who is the true king? And we have to think. And she told her, think like above us, like higher than us. Shanice said God. Now, Shanice is a full-blown Christian girl. Like, she loved God. She be reading the Bible. She's a Christian. So, obviously, she ain't going to disrespect her Lord and Savior. You know, Jesus Christ, you know, the Lord, the God, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong. You know, you can have a passion with your religion. And you can tell with that, her positivity about it. Like, ain't nothing wrong saying that, bro, for real. Of course, Sean, with his bombastic side-eye, his negativity, his paranoia, he got hella offended. And some of the things that he said was, he was saying that the woman should submit. The Bible said that because he said this, the Bible said that. He said that the woman should submit to the man like the man submits to the Lord. And he was saying that there's nothing wrong with submission. I agree on that part only in a certain extent. There's nothing wrong with being a sub and there's a dom, but that's really just in that moment. You know what I mean? If you want to be submitted, like if you want to be a pillow princess in all kind of situations, go ahead. But I want to say this before I get into it. Remember that when you put yourself in a submissive situation, you are looked down more than up. If you like that, pause, go for it, I guess. But I believe as a person, we must strive and be strong for ourselves and for others, only because, you know, you can show your vulnerability. That is completely okay. But if you want to be that pillow princess forever and ever, people will disrespect you for real because they don't see you as a higher level. They only see you as down because you stay in that position. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be that pupper, go for it. Be that puppy. But no, it won't last long. I will say that. It won't last long. And I don't want to make you feel downplayed or try to roast you, but I don't understand, you know, for me, like to go on a personal spectrum, for me, being a black woman, it can be very hard because people may downplay me and think I'm this and that, but I always try to keep myself in a positive state because I am that bitch. So I believe everyone should make themselves feel that way, you know. Submission can be okay in a certain extent. That's how I see it, for real, for real. Back to it, Sean was very upset when Shanice said this. Like, so upset that he would talk about it and disrespect her and just, like, you know, throw straight at her the whole entire life. All because she said that. He also said, like, I'm not surprised she would say this kind of stuff, which is kind of messed up because what do you mean by that? Like, you're not surprised that she would, like, love her God? You know what I mean? Like, what's wrong with that? She had this religion before she had you. So I don't understand why you have to take so much offense to it, really. He was so offended that he made Shanice kind of apologize whenever someone brought it up again. Like, she was like, I didn't mean it like that. He is my God, but I was just saying, like, in a religious stance to it, and saying that the girl kind of manipulated how she did. First of all, her question was a very powerful question because it shows, like, what level do you put your man as to where you put your religion as? There's nothing wrong to say God is God and your man is your man. You should, for me, like, my parents, my whole family are full-blown Christians. So in my opinion, when it comes to it, there should really be no comparison. Like, this is how I see it in the religious point. Put yourself in a religious point. Don't put yourself in, like, life, whatever. I don't care. Religious point. I see it as my man is my man. He's here to serve me, protect me, same as for me. But my God is my Lord. I praise him. I pray to him. I listen to him. I read, like, all of that. He is in a different stance to where my man is at. Don't get me wrong. I love my man. I'm going to stand by him. You know, he my hero, you know, whatever, all that stuff. But my Lord is my shepherd. Why are we trying to make it seem my man is my God? If you think your man is your God, you're in a cult, bro. I think you're in a cult and you need to sit down and read a book. I'm not saying be religious. You don't gotta be religious. But you cannot say your God is your man. That's kind of creepy. I don't know, maybe he brought you back out of a tough situation, but Shanice wasn't in that case. She's a very independent person, and I know damn well she's full blown to do what she wants to do whenever she wants to do. But Sean, he really does manipulate everybody in this. The only person who apologized in this situation was Shanice. She said sorry, and honestly, it sucks that she has to say that she regrets that. You shouldn't regret anything, especially when it's like your religion. This is your life. Like, what? Come on now. Going back to it, this situation was something I really wanted to brought up, mainly because this kind of shows what Sean is as a person, and people need to look at it in a more serious like circumstance. You can't just be like, oh, he a little mad because Bestie didn't call him king that moment in time. No, he's mad because she didn't put him on the level as God. It wasn't that like, oh, she just called God her king. It was that, really. But it's mainly like he wants her to see him as the God. It's not about her Lord. Like, he doesn't want to separate religion with relationship. He believes that he is powerful, because he was saying like, okay, if you think I'm your king, why didn't you say that? But the girl literally said, think above us, think higher. You know what I mean? Sean, what is higher than you? The Lord, you know what I'm saying? And he would bring up that why won't you support me? You're getting like social media, you're making social media more, I don't know, he was just really offended about how like you think you're making social media like affect you in a way that it's caused you to think that I'm not your king, which is not that. Like, Sean, wake up and smell the roses. She literally just said God is king, which in every single Bible book saying, usually God is referenced as king, like the great kingdom. So I don't understand why you got so mad and so pressed, baby girl. Take a nap. I just want to say, I think it's so funny how he tries to switch it and say like, oh, but if someone asks who's my queen, you think I'm gonna say like this? I'm gonna say you. Obviously, nigga. There's no reference that God is a queen, but God is a woman. Anyways, yeah, obviously you gonna say that. No shit, Sherlock. Is he gonna say Queen Elizabeth? No, you guys ramble about queen and king every single hour of the second. Yeah, he's gonna say you're his queen. Even though he treats them like dookie, he's still gonna say that. And in this situation, like the whole live, just the page flipped, bro. It was completely different vibe. Shanice, in fact, cried on the live and left because, you know, she was tearing up and she didn't want people to see. And so mad, so sad, because in her other lives, because after the relationship, like before she even confirmed the relationship was over, she'll go on other lives talking about how it did kind of traumatize her and how it showed his ego. And she was trying to defend him kind of in a way by saying everyone has an ego. But Shanice, we understand what's happening. He's an asshole. And it's sad that you have to stand through that and still have to wake up and call him my king, my king. He ain't no king. Really is his ego, because he would talk on and on about how it was disrespectful and how somehow social media manipulated her mind to say that. That's not the case at all. The person just acts, look at it at a higher like spectrum. Look at it at a higher place. Who is her king? She's religious. Respect that. Period. For Olivia to just be that little like nuisance, to be like, he's my king. Like, girl, be quiet. You're literally getting groomed, but okay. And with all this being said, there's also been things like Sean trying to find his other queens. He has recently even brought a new girl to the apartment. He hasn't showed her face yet, but Olivia was like, hi, like, Bessie, we know you're uncomfy. You forgot yet your man's actually gonna find the next 7 queens. You forgot that. You're thinking that's just you and him, but it's really not, girl. There's been so much like Instagram girls coming out showing that Sean's been talking to them, trying to talk to them. And it's so weird because, like, don't get me wrong. We all know this is his goal, but are you really going to achieve it with all this negativity you're bringing upon the world? He even said himself, he's the most hated TikToker on TikTok. Bestie, I don't want you to be my king. Like, be so for real. Like, Sean is just a damn disrespectful person. He don't care about what they feeling or what they doing. He's just going to disrespect them. There's literally a video of Sean smelling Olivia's cooch. Like, I don't know if he's trying to say that it smells bad, but he's literally smelling it on live. So weird to me because it's like, bro, like, are you really about to do this on live? You don't see them trying to disrespect you on live. They're trying to keep it cool. Like, one time they were dancing and Sean dropped Shanice down too low that everyone could see her cooter, bro. Her cooter. And the only time he apologized was when someone brought it up. And it was just a quick apology, like, let's forget it. Oh my God. Now we are coming to a close for a little update right now for Sean. Since the Shanice's video has been uploaded on YouTube, kind of exposing Sean mainly about it and how toxic he is, she has said that she has given her all his savings for him to succeed and have his business, which was around $7,800, which is a lot of money. And in his live, he says, yeah, so what? Are you serious? You know, and there's other things that people are saying on the live, like he abused her, had rice on the floor and let her kneel down on it while Olivia and him were laughing at her and she had to pick it back all up. To me, that kind of sounds like a metaphor, but if that actually happened, you're disgusting. Like, okay, I don't know what kind of man would do something so demonic. I know he probably really abused her and did a lot of like messed up, traumatizing things to her because of his ego and his personality in general. It's just so messed up. I will say I am so glad that Shanice has left that relationship. Obviously, we all wish it could have been sooner, but for people who are dealing with an abusive relationship, it takes time. It takes time to realize and understand that you have to leave this. Even if they already know that it's a bad relationship, they don't have the mentality of, but I can leave it. You know what I mean? They just think they got to deal with it and stick to it until they somehow change or they get used to it or they're numb to it. And it's just this sad cycle. And for the people who are watching this, I do want to say this is very dedicated on talking about abuse in relationship. And in this scenario, this is a psychotic, narcissistic person. I can't English right now. Oh my God. But please, take note of this. If watching Sean and watching his lives, and this is kind of similar to your relationship right now that you're in, boy, girl, they, them, whoever you are, if you're in a relationship and you don't know, like, if it's toxic or not, always search up and ask around questions like, hey, is this okay? Is that okay? Like, what are some of the things that makes them toxic? If they don't, like, for example, these are just the little things that you need to take note of because it's not healthy. If you have to tell them where you're going inside the house, like, hey, I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick or I'm gonna go get some water, that's not okay. You should be free inside your own house to go wherever and whenever you want without having to let them know. Yes, you can text them, hey, I'm going to go to the store real quick. That's okay. But inside the house, come on now. Don't allow you to do something, yet they can do it. Like, if you're in a polyamorous relationship, they can find someone else and you can't. That's really messed up and you have to look into it. If they can show off certain things to other people, but you cannot because they want you to be more private, that is not okay. That is very them trying to make you submit to them and block out anything. You know, they don't allow you to speak to people. That is also toxic. It's more of you're helping them to be better rather than I help you, you help me. That is very toxic. If it's only about them, then where is you in the relationship? If it really is a relationship, then it's you guys together. You know what I mean? But if it's more of a 70-30, then that is something you gotta fix or run away from. Will say this is very random, but I watched this guy called Choice TV. You guys should check him out. He's a really honest opinion person, and he's so real when it comes to these kind of things. He always talks about the human brain and how it fully develops. Your brain fully develops at the age of 25. People at this time before they're 25, they're changing, they're trying to find who they are as a person, they're trying to build a character. If there's a person who's above 25 and still has the consistent negative mindset, they're most likely not going to change. It's going to be really hard for them to change, like, their personality completely, like their anger, their problems, because they're so used to being that one thing. Why would they change? Especially for you. If they're really selfish, why would they change for you? You got to really think about that. And it sounds so sad, but you can always love somebody from a distance. No one has ever said, you gotta love them. You gotta treat them good no matter what they do. You gotta love. No. For your health and for your safety, please watch over for yourself. Care about the people who care about you only, because it's really all about that 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to make it seem like you have to. There's no need to do it. You know what I'm saying? And a little note for Sean, if he ever stumbles upon this video, or tries to, report me or something, I just want to say, I'm calling out your character, Sean. This is who you are. This is how the world sees you. Take it or leave it. You try to say that you're a strong man, but all I see is a coward. You said that you've lost your true love, but honestly, you didn't lose anything. You've only, I will say you have lost somebody. You've lost a powerful, beautiful, amazing person that was going to help you. She has already helped you through your business, but it was going to grow if you just listen to her. But of course, you think about yourself only, and this is what happens. This is what happens when you only think about yourself and you stay narcissistic and you blame others for your mistakes. This is what happens, and you got what you deserve. And I hope the same thing happens again with Olivia. I hope she leaves you, because you're a monster. I don't care. You're a definition of a monster, and there's nothing good about you. So yeah, if you see this video, hi, you're welcome. I'm calling you out while everyone else is already. And I guess that is the video for today. I hope you guys enjoy it. And this is pretty much part 1 of the polyamorous TikTok relationship gone wild. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. This is definitely one of my first kind of talkative videos, and I'm literally using my phone and just talking on the mic for it, and you're probably going to be watching me play Minecraft right now. I hope you enjoyed that as well. But yes, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, let me know what else you want to see, and be sure to be ready for that part 2. And yeah, bye-bye.